Does your chair take comfort in the outcome of the recent union vote in Bessemer? No, he doesn't. I think we need to do a better job for our employees. While the voting results were lopsided and our direct relationship with employees is strong, it's clear to me that we need a better vision for how we create value for employees, a vision for their success. I do applaud him for addressing this. If you read some of the news reports, you might think we have no care for our employees. In these reports, our employees are sometimes accused of being desperate souls and treated as robots. That's not accurate. They're sophisticated and thoughtful people who have options for where to work. When we value fulfillment center employees, when we survey fulfillment center employees, 94% say they would recommend Amazon to a friend as a place to work. Employees are able to take informal breaks throughout their shifts to stretch, get water, use the restroom, or talk to a manager, all without impacting their performance. These informal work breaks are in addition to the 30-minute lunch and 30-minute break built into their normal schedule. We don't set unreasonable performance goals. We set achievable performance goals that take into account tenure and actual employee performance data. Performance is evaluated over a long period of time, as we know that a variety of things can impact performance in any given week, day, or hour. If employees are on track to miss a performance target over a period of time, their manager talks with them and provides coaching. Coaching is also extended to employees who are excelling and in line for increased responsibilities. Okay, so they're saying that they don't treat workers bad, and that they give people resources, and that they're saying further on that they're going to deploy a lot of resources into making it better for workers, as like their focus in the first 20 years has really been on customers. He's saying he acknowledges that they need to focus a lot more on their employees. So here's his acknowledgement. Let's see. Despite what we've accomplished, it's clear to me that we need a better vision for our employees' success. We have always wanted to be Earth's most customer-centric company. We won't change that. It's what got us here. But I am committing to an addition. We are going to be Earth's best employer and Earth's safest place to work. In my upcoming role as executive chair, he's going to be executive chair, yeah. I'm going to focus on new initiatives. I'm an inventor. It's what I enjoy the most and what I do best. It's where I create the most value. I'm excited to work alongside the large team of passionate people we have in ops and help invent in this arena of Earth's best employer and Earth's safest place to work. On the details, we at Amazon are always flexible, but on matters of vision, we are stubborn and relentless. We have never failed where we set our minds to something, and we're not going to fail at this either. We dive deeply into safety issues. For example, about 40% of work-related injuries at Amazon are related to musculoskeletal disorders, things like sprains or strains that can be caused by repetitive motions. MSDs are common in this type of work that we do and are more likely to occur during an employee's first 6 months. We need to invent solutions to reduce MSDs for new employees, many of whom might be working in physical roles. This is really interesting. They're applying a lot of their technology to reducing injuries at work, and maybe something that they could sell to other companies. One such company is Working Well, which we launched to 859,000 employees at 350 sites across North America and Europe in 2020, where we coach small groups of employees on body mechanics, proactive wellness, and safety. In addition to reducing workplace injuries, these concepts have a positive impact on regular day-to-day activities outside of work. We're developing new automated staffing schedules that use sophisticated algorithms to rotate employees among jobs that use different muscle tendon groups to decrease repetitive motion and help protect employees from MSD risks. This new technology is central to a job rotation program that we're rolling out throughout 2021. Our increased attention to early MSD prevention is already achieving results. From 2019 to 2020. Overall, MSDs decreased by 32%, and MSDs resulting in time away from work decreased by more than half. So that is. I mean, Amazon always does seem to find a way to take things that could cost them a ton of money and make them money. Like, they used to use FedEx and UPS and stuff to ship a lot, so they made their own logistics. They made their own cloud server, like their own data analytics. Everything they do, really, they'll take a pain point and they'll turn that into a strength. And I really think that's what they'll probably do with this. And I do want to say that actually I'm actually more bullish that Jeff Bezos is, like, I think he is a very creative person. And I think the CEO job can be very dull and mundane. And you really get bogged down with, like, sitting in court, and especially when you're a giant company like this. He was sitting in front of Congress all the time and, dealing with all these issues. And actually, he is freed up now. Like, he's not leaving Amazon. And I actually don't think this is him trying to leave Amazon completely. I think it's him putting himself in a role where he can actually be more creative and enjoy his job again. And I'm not boo-hooing for, a billionaire, like, somebody as rich as him, but I'm saying, like, I think his capabilities have been tied up, and he hasn't been able to really push some of the experimental programs he really wants to focus on. And I think some of the things that really will drive Amazon forward in the future will be better if he's spearheading them and he doesn't have to worry about the day-to-day, especially like healthcare. And who knows, maybe this will be a part of their healthcare. And they've started doing healthcare for their workers and stuff, and that's something that traditionally makes a company lose a lot of money, but they do it in-house. And they may sell this to other companies, to, like, their insights they gain from this, and maybe just become another revenue source. So it makes it like they're a better company because of it, and then it's another revenue source. And that's, Amazon does have a good way of doing that. This is on the climate, and I think because we're so focused in this podcast also on the climate and the future of sustainability, that's the ultimate disruption, is the energy grid. I think I should read this. I'm trying to skip over some of the more, like, technical things. In an earlier draft of this letter, there we go. In an early draft of this letter, I stated this selection with arguments and examples designed to demonstrate that human-induced climate change is real. But bluntly, I think we can stop saying that now. You don't have to say that photosynthesis is real, or make the case that gravity is real, or that the water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level. These things are simply true, as is the reality of climate change. Not long ago, most people believed that it would be good to address climate change, but they also thought it would cost a lot and would threaten jobs, competitiveness, and economic growth. We now know better. Smart action, and no matter what you think of Jeff Bezos, like, you have to realize, like, the power of some of the world's biggest people putting their weight behind these things. Whether you like Elon Musk or you like Jeff Bezos, like, this is powerful. And when the world's richest and most powerful people really put their weight behind stuff, other people tend to follow suit. So this is big that they're acknowledging climate change, and it's good that some of the biggest companies in the world are really, like, acknowledging it. Smart action on climate change will not only stop bad things from happening, it will also make our economy more efficient, help drive technological change, and reduce risks. Combined, these can lead to more and better jobs, healthier and happier children, more productive workers, and a more prosperous future. This doesn't mean it will be easy. It won't be. The coming decade will be decisive. The economy in 2030 will need to be vastly different from what it is today, and Amazon plans to be at the heart of the change. We launched the Climate Pledge together with global optimism in September 2019 because we wanted to help drive this positive revolution. We need to be part of a growing team of corporations that understands the imperatives and the opportunities of the 21st century. Now, less than 2 years later, 53 companies representing almost every sector of the economy have signed the Climate Pledge. Signatories such as Best Buy, IBM, Infosys, Mercedes-Benz, Microsoft, Siemens, and Verizon have committed to achieve net zero carbon in their worldwide businesses by 2040, 10 years ahead of the Paris Climate Agreement. The pledge also requires them to measure and report greenhouse gas emissions on a regular basis, implement decarbonization strategies through real business